Hello, so today I'm going to be going over my lesson plan, the music and movement. So for mine, I decided to do it off a book for Bridge to Terabithia. Most of us have read the book. So my lesson plan went around reading the book as a class and then breaking apart the classroom into different groups. And in those different groups, they are assigned a chapter. And for that chapter in a group, they have to write a summary of it. Doesn't have to be too extensive because this is for the grade level. 5th grade, you could probably do it with 6th grade and 4th grade. So they write a summary of the chapter, and then they have to find out what the tone of that chapter is. Was it a happy part of the chapter? Was it a sad part? Was it an exciting part? Like, what sets that tone for this? And then we go over what emotions are those characters feeling in that moment, and what movement matches your emotion. So for the first part, for the summary of the chapter, I chose to do chapter 3, which is the one with the race. This is when Leslie goes for the race, and Jess, the other main character, he works so hard all summer to try to beat all the other boys in their grade. So for the summary, I put, it's the first day of school and Jess is ready to win the races. But here comes Leslie, dressed in her t-shirt and cutoff, while everyone is in their Sunday best. Fortunately, Leslie's dress has no effect on her status at the school, for she is the fastest runner in her grade. Jess stands up for Leslie in both matches and solidifies their friendship a little more. Leslie is stirring things up at the school. So the tone for this part, I said it'd be anticipation, who would win the race, and ambitious because Jess wants to win the race, but he lets Leslie run in. And then with Leslie takes the win without effort, compared to Jess, who trained all summer for it. So then the emotion for this would be, like, what are the characters feeling? So Jess is determined and proud because he wants to please his father. Leslie is just happy and content. She just goes with the flow. And then Gary, the one that Leslie beat, is angry and embarrassed. So what movement matches the emotion will determine your body would be ready position. So you would stand taller and be ready to take off. Proud, would be more hands on hips, or to say a superhero stance. Content would be normal standing, smiling, whatever the normal way the character is. Angry, obviously arms folded, or embarrassment would be not looking the people in the eye. And then what kind of music comes to mind for this chapter, and why does it remind you of it? So this kind of reminds me of the Rocky Balboa running scene. It sounds determined, motivated, and upbeat. It is also memorable with running, and this is a running scene. So after the students have complete these first 2 worksheets, they get this final worksheet that has the summary that is turned into a poem, and on the next part is the movement. So my lovely brother is going to come up and we are going to do the summary poem and with the movement with it. Now what this does is that it takes their reading content, it summarizes it, and they translate it into a poem. So that covers a lot of reading objectives. While on the music part, you're dealing with music that can help remember then what happened in that chapter, plus you're adding movement to it. And when you add movement to something, your brain remembers it a little bit more. So Trevor, if you would come up here, please. All right, here's the brat, and this is the summary poem. Oh, I can't see. Okay.
It's the first day of school,
and no one is dressed like a fool,
except for one Peter,
who wants to change the things around here.
When the recess arrives,
it changes some students' lives.
What? A girl in the race?
What a disgrace.
But who is it for the win?
A girl with a grin.
First girl to pass the finish line.
In all of Lark Creek Elementary Divide. So that is our summary poem, and that is the summary poem for Chapter 3 of Bridge to Terabithia. Thank you for watching.